It's Marky Bilson, Tri-City Sports Now. Talking about the surrogate playing hockey and all that. I mentioned Tom Glavine. Kirk McCaskill is another player, pitcher for the California Angels, who played hockey and baseball. Most famous one had to be Richie Hebner. Hebner could have skated with Bobby Orr on this great early with the Pittsburgh Pirates in 1971 when they were winning the World Series. And there was a big choice for him whether he'd play hockey or whether he'd play baseball. And so when he got to his dad and said, hey, he made the right choice. He's in a World Series right now. And his dad sort of was like, he could have played with Bobby Orr. They were from Massachusetts, you see. So, yeah. Anyway. Also, before we get to some other various notes, we can't not mention the passing of Peter Mayhew. The new Chewbacca, he was in Solo, Last Jedi, he'll be in Rise of Skywalker, was Joonas Suotamo. And I mention this because, although he's from Finland, he was a Finnish professional basketball player, Joonas Suotamo does have one quasi-local tie, the new Chewbacca. And it's that he played college basketball at Penn State when Ed Uchillis was the coach there. Yeah. There you go. Former ETSU coach. Thought I'd mention that. I thought that, okay, I guess as a terrible SEC story, former Texas A&M wide receiver Thomas Johnson found guilty in 2015 of a 2015 murder of a jogger. He played for the Aggies back in 2012. Johnson was arrested for killing 53-year-old Dave Stevens on White Rock Creek Trail Park in Dallas County. He will spend the rest of his life behind bars. It's the other side of football and SEC football. I don't know, just try to get back on SEC and some funny notes right here, I guess. It's hard to get... It's a real challenge for somebody to get up and happy after that one, but I thought it deserved mention. I mentioned that Bryce Harper was starting to get booed in Philly. That's very Philly, isn't it? So if you want to see my medium... Just go back my thing about when I was a kid and 7 years old at Bryn Mawr Elementary... and we booed the assembly. Second grade. All right. So, the fact that Bryce Harper is getting... remember, I told you, this guy's average wasn't all that great. He's hitting .231 with 6 home runs. His WAR is only, wins above replacement, 0.1 this year. So, there you go. It's kind of interesting, though. Some Philly fans, there's been then the criticism of the Philly fans for booing Bryce Harper, even though he's in place, 6 home runs and 20 ribbies are valuable, Anyway, Smash Mouth. The band Smash Mouth from the 90s. Well, they're from San Francisco. They're like the Giants. So they put out a tweet the other day. Goes like this. Yo, Bryce, told you not to go to Philly, jackass. Boy, Harper's getting it from everywhere, huh? The Giants fans here never boo their own players. That's what they tweeted out. Smash Mouth from the Giants don't boo their own players. I seem to recall the Crazy Crab. Okay, not a player, but the Giants once emphasized you booing their own mascot. Now, it was a time when every team was getting a mascot. We all know San Francisco is very counterculture. So the idea was that the Giants would get a mascot. Their mascot now is called Lucille, okay? It's, all this. But in 1984, the mascot was Crazy Crab. Which, go do a whole thing online about the Giants' Crazy Crab. You'll be entertained for hours, literally. And it was literally that they would have a mascot that their fans would hate. Which they did. If you call it a shooting. And a performer at the stage who was a dancer and a mime is killed. The actor who played him in Scarface, remember it was Richard Belzer was a comedian. He opened up the scene, and then Tony Montana's in the club and all this. Anyway, the actor whose character was slain in the shooting actually 2 years later played Crazy Crab for the Giants. But the idea that our fans don't boo the no, but you'll boo the mascots. There you go. We should give it up to the Chicago White Sox yesterday. They beat the Red Sox 6-4. And that might in itself not be generally worthy of mention on the show, but the winning hit was collected by Nick Delmonico, who gave the White Sox their second straight walk-off victory.
0-1 to Delmonico, swinging a long one, right center field, on the move, at the track, it's gone, 3-run over, Sox win, Sox win, Sox win, turn on the fireworks.
That seemed a bit forced, didn't it? Anyway, but the situation, Nick Delmonico, of course, is the son of Rob Delmonico, who, of course, used to be the head coach of the Tennessee Volunteers. Also want to give credit to Noah Syndergaard.
Syndergaard, it's a high fly ball, deep toward left. Winker going back. He watches it sail. That ball is gone. A home run for Noah Syndergaard.
And in doing that, Syndergaard became the first pitcher to win a 1-0 game. Bob Welch did it in '83. Congrats, Noah Syndergaard.
14